Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time here with me. If you like what you see, please click on that thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button and make sure notifications are turned on. Okay, so today's reading is about messages from either an ancestor of yours or a departed loved one that you were close to in this lifetime. I will attempt to get a basic description of this person by picking an archetype card from this deck and speaking about the characteristics that you can relate to, or if it's about an ancestor, just a general representation that's coming through that has something to say to you. Okay, Spirit, please bring forth an ancestor or departed loved one for Scorpio. And who wants to speak about something important or urgent, or just simply has something that needs to be said. All right, we have teacher. Light attribute is ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. And the shadow attribute is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits, and destructive skills. Okay. This person, this ancestor or departed loved one, had good intentions, but I think let negativity overcome them, fear. It feels like a parent or a grandparent that had good intentions but kind of was bitter and may have taught you and or siblings or other family members certain things, certain ideas, certain ways to deal with this situation or that situation, or to deal with this kind of person, or to deal with this kind of circumstance, or this kind of feeling. And while they thought they were being good and positive, I think they used fear, a lot of fear, to instill ideas, and they want to make up for that. They want to apologize. They want you to know that they wanted to do better, but circumstances happened as they did, and things happened the way they were, and there's nothing they can do about it now. But they want you to know that they love you. They want you to know that they had good intentions and they want the best for you. Wow, okay. All right, ancestor or departed loved one, what would you like to talk about? Or what else would you like to talk about? What subject or circumstance or situation do you want to talk about with your descendant, Scorpio? We have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And Direction Guardian, choose your path. Okay. So I think what this ancestor wants to address is you figuring out your purpose or your reason or what it is you're supposed to do with this life. And I think there's some frustration, there's some anger that might have been taught to you by this. I have a feeling this was somebody that you grew up with, or this is a departed loved one. And they taught you a lot about what they would call self-discipline. It was what they were taught on how to deal with certain situations and how it's come down through the family line or how it was received by you. There is something about not worthy of being loved, or that's kind of a wishful thinking. The world is, a mean place. It's brutal. these are the types of lessons that you were taught from this teacher, mentor, and all you can do is survive, right? You got to fight for what's yours, and no one's going to look out for you, right? No one cares about you. And so these types of lessons, I think, have hurt you in the long run, and they realize that. So they want you to openly love and let yourself be loved by the universe, by family, by friends, colleagues, co-workers, your community, anybody and everybody. There's been some kind of shut off, I feel like, that you're experiencing, and once you can open that up, you can choose your path. You can choose a different path. You're not stuck in whatever it is you feel like you're stuck in right now. So there's a little bit of a crisis going on, I think, in your life. You want to step out or step away from these things, these ideas, and there's a fear because that's not what you were taught, or you don't want to let down somebody else in the family who has some of the same ideas because it was taught to multiple people in your line, and a lot of your family thinks the same way. I imagine there's some that don't think the same way, but as a general rule, this is kind of, the world is harsh and brutal, and you have to respond accordingly, kind of deal. But you get to choose your path. You don't have to go down that path. And this ancestor or departed loved one really wants to make sure you understand that they're trying very hard to make up for an unintentional consequence of their teachings. All right, let's get some more information. How can your descendant, your Scorpio descendant, deal with this or process this ancestor? How can they work through this? What advice do you have for them, ancestor or departed loved one? Clarity, male relationships. Okay. And this, whatever has been taught has affected your male relationships, whether you're male or female. The consequences of the teaching, part of it is this worthiness or self-love, but it has to do with male relationships. So I feel like that this person that has departed, whether it's your ancestor or someone you knew, was masculine, more male. You're more feminine, and you're struggling with your relationships with masculine or more male people because of this relationship that you had with this person that has passed on. So your ancestor is asking that you get some clarity on this information, that you get clarity on who you are, what you want, where you're going, so you can choose the right path for you. And you can also heal any relationships, any current relationships, any past relationships, and not have the same issues in your future relationships with male or masculine type energy, okay? This ancestor or departed loved one really wants to help undo the things that were done to you, whether it was by them or by even other people in the family that might have kind of taught you the same ideas, so you got it reinforced. This person really wants to kind of change all of that, or re-teach you, or have you relearn a healthier, more balanced way of looking at life, yourself, and your relationships. So yeah, get some clarity on that. All right, let's go a little bit deeper and find out what blockages you may have, what hidden influences are going on, basically what's under the surface. Ancestor, please let your descendant know what to look for, or what they aren't willing to look at, or that kind of thing. We have the World, the Hanged Man, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Star. Okay. You got 3 major arcana cards, so this is a pretty major event happening for you. Pretty major look or perspective. So you've got the World. By loving yourself or letting yourself be loved, you will have the world. This is also signifying the end of a major cycle of completion of some kind of cycle, and it's no coincidence that this ancestor is now trying to help you move beyond this cycle. It's the end. You don't have to think and feel this way anymore. It's not just about surviving, but you can thrive. You can love. You can be loved. You can love yourself. You can love others. You can let others love you, take care of you, hold you, support you, that sort of thing. And you can have compassion for yourself and that kind of thing, which is a new perspective. You are gaining a whole new perspective. It is taking some time, and it will take some time to get that clarity that you need and to fix any relationships that you have, or resolve anything that is unresolved, so that in the future you don't have to deal with these kinds of situations. You don't have to deal with these kinds of problems or issues or the situation in the same way anymore. And so you've earned rest. You've been, this cycle has taken a lot out of you, I think. It's taken time, and you need time to rest and relax from this, battle. Time to kind of heal your wounds, and not only reset your relationship with yourself, but again with male relationships and even other relationships, friendships and female relationships. All of these can be affected by the teachings that came down, that you interpreted, and it became more of a burden or more negative than it was positive teachings. But there is definitely hope. There's a new way of you'll be inspired again, working through some of this, getting that clarity and resolving anything that needs to be resolved with any individuals, loving yourself, resolving anything within yourself. A new, there's hope. There is something new on the horizon. The star, kind of, you wish upon the star, right? And you're open and vulnerable again to receive love, to even this picture, she is nude, so it's starting back over fresh. It's starting new and vulnerable and open, and this is a good thing. And your ancestors definitely encouraging this, and wants to heal themselves and heal the family and help heal you, so that this cycle doesn't keep going forward. Yeah, end of this cycle. All right, final messages for Scorpio from the ancestor or departed loved one. What last piece of advice do you have, great ancestor or departed loved one? Show that you care. And observe in silence. Okay. All right, so the observe in silence. I think that goes along with the Hanged Man here. You're hanging out, looking at things from a different perspective, and you're just watching and waiting and seeing how things play out. I think you're going to be observing the situation, the people in your life in silence while you get clarity and resolve any issues that you have with yourself or other people, and then you'll be able to choose your path. Now, with the show that you care, I think this has to do with whatever damage with any male relationships that you have. It could certainly be with any female relationships that you have too, that, you know, maybe this has hardened your heart a little bit, and that's why it's hard for you to love and let yourself be loved. So you've kind of like put a cage around your heart a little bit and covered it up. Like she's got that heart here, but the point or the goal is to be open and vulnerable again so that you can love and be loved. And part of that is showing that you care. For some reason, that was not okay. I think that might have been part of the teaching, that you don't show that those kinds of feelings for whatever reason. And that's, you know, that was kind of looked down on in your family, maybe. Anyway, that cycle and that type of thinking is coming to an end, and a new perspective is coming, and there's lots of hope, and you get to rest and start forming new relationships again. Alrighty, and your ancestor or loved one is definitely there helping you out. So look for signs. And you get to choose your own path. You get to go the direction you want to. You are no longer bound by this idea or these beliefs, okay? All right, Scorpio, I do believe that's all the messages that I have for you. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And may the cosmos bless you with love and light. Namaste.